Hi again. Hi guys, welcome again to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be discussing about what products to use and what products not to use in the current weather that we're living in, which is hot, humid, super sticky. It's practically not possible to be sitting in an AC room unless you have an office job or a sitting job. If you're running around all day, or if you have a moving job, or if you have a kid like I do who needs to do a running around after him the entire day, you need to have your makeup down set properly so it doesn't budge or move all day. You can get away with just one or two touch-ups throughout the day, or just blotting your face if you get oily during the day. So I'll tell you some of my favorite products. A little disclaimer, by all means, I'm not showing off, or I am not telling you to go out and buy every single makeup product that I have. I've been collecting this over time, and of course do replace it. I know you shouldn't be keeping products longer than they need to be kept, otherwise they get expired and they're not good for your skin. So I'll tell you some of the products that you do need to use step by step. Number one product obviously will be your eye cream, your moisturizer, your sunscreen, whatever you may use. After all of that is laid down for you, the most important is to use a good primer. Any primer that you use, make sure your primer doesn't say oily or dewy on it. Otherwise, oily and dewy would mean that it will make your skin look even more oily throughout the day. Already very hot and humid outside. You do not need your skin to look even more oily throughout the end of the day. You want your skin to be matte. You can make it look dewy with a good highlighter. I'll talk about that in a minute. But try using a mattifying primer. Next, of course, is a good base. I recommend to not use a foundation. The reason being is because wearing too much makeup in a hot, sticky, humid day can make your face and skin look really cakey, and it looks as if you've layered down a lot of makeup. It's just not pleasing looking. If you've got a great skin, you can get away with concealer and spot concealing wherever you need to cover it up, to spot conceal. But if you're going to a wedding or a party or an event where you do need to have a good makeup done, there are good makeup foundations. There are good foundations out available. Number one, my all-time favorite is by MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This is a mattifying, a matte foundation. Just like how you are going to be using a primer, a non-oily, a mattifying primer, your foundation should also be mattifying and non-oily base. NYX this NYX one, it's very liquidy. You'll have to shake it up really well. This one is also very good. The NYX one, the Total Control, the drop foundation. This stuff is also really very good for the weather. My other favorite is this L'Oreal Infallible one. This stuff is amazing. This is cheap. You can get it at your local drugstore. Even Nykaa has it. But to buy something on Nykaa, you'll have to color match yourself. So it's better that you go to a local store and get your hands on this, get yourself color matched. Also, since we're talking about foundations and the bases, I would like to mention about powder foundations or cream foundations. I suggest not to use a cream and powder foundation. The reason being, cream and powder foundations tend to crease and settle in your fine lines and wrinkles. Whereas the liquid foundations that I talked about are not going to do that for you. They're mattifying. When you tend to sweat, if you have a powder foundation on, go ahead and give it a try on yourself. Do it at home though. You'll know what I'm talking about. Once you have your face powdered and you are out in a humid weather, or even just sitting under a fan nowadays, it's so hot and humid. When you sweat, you can see little patches on the skin, which is just not very attractive. It's just not very pleasing. Those patches you need to avoid. So only use a little tiny bit of powder where you need it. So I've done a tutorial on this look right here, and I did set my under eye area, only and only my under eye area, and of course I spot concealed, so I'll use a little tiny, very light handedly powder on the areas that I needed to use it, and that is it. I did not use it on my entire face. Cream foundations are the exact same thing. Cream foundations are a lot thicker. They are great. They give you great coverage. They're excellent to use. I personally love them, but they're not good for this hot, humid weather. It's very sticky and hot, and it'll budge and crease in the area, especially around your nose or around your chin, on your forehead area by the end of the day. Forget about by the end of the day, even in a couple of hours or even 30 minutes when you step out or you're walking around, running around, doing errands, your makeup will budge. So avoid using cream and powder. Stick with liquids if you need to, and if you have great skin, just work with a good concealer and you're good to go for the day. All right, the next step is a blusher. I just can't do enough. I have to have a good blusher on, otherwise your face looks very bland. You don't have to go all out with your contour and bronzer. You don't need it. बहुत गर्मी है यार. A little bit of blush giving you a little bit of color on the cheeks is enough, trust me. I prefer using liquid blushes. This is by Benefit. This is a Cha Cha tint. This is by Body Shop. These are the ones that I have. I've been using these for very, very long and I love them. This is a cream blush from Nykaa. You don't have to go and buy all of these, guys. You know, when you don't have your hands on any of this, grab yourself a lipstick. Any lipstick of your color, of course, that should match with your skin tone. I'm not saying pick out, you know, a super violet or a super dark colored lipstick, but a pink, a mauve, a peach, a little bit of an orange, a red. Use your fingertips to blend out your blush if you're using a lipstick or a cream blush, or even liquid blushes. I've seen my mom use a liquid, a lipstick on her cheeks as a blush, and I thought that was a great idea. Why didn't I do this before I went down and bought a lot of stuff, a lot of blushes for myself? So do that. Next is a highlighter. I cannot do enough with a highlighter. I love it. The only one that I could find right now is my liquid NYX highlighter. Look it up on Nykaa, or even go to your local drugstore or any makeup store that you prefer going to. Get your hands on a cream or a liquid blusher. Now most of you guys will think that I've just told you to not use a cream foundation, but I'm telling you to put a cream blusher and a cream highlighter on. Cream blusher and cream highlighter, you guys can easily get away with it. It's not going to budge on you, or it's not going to look cakey as opposed to your foundation will make you look. This will it'll fade away lightly. I'm not saying it'll stay on with you through the entire day. No, you may need to do a touch up throughout the day. It'll fade away lightly, but it will not settle into your fine lines and wrinkles. So that is the reason I am saying to avoid a cream foundation, and I'm telling you to use a cream blusher and a cream highlighter, because once again, it'll fade away, but it'll not budge on you throughout the day. And I think I've mentioned, oh, and of course my mascara. How can I forget the mascara and an eyeliner, which is most important. Always use a waterproof eyeliner. There are lots of options out there. Two of my favorites are MAC Liquid Last. It's super jet black, and it doesn't go anywhere. It's super waterproof. It stays on with you for a very, very long time, unless you take it off with a waterproof oil-based makeup remover. And my second favorite is Inglot number 77. That is also super jet black. That is also a waterproof eyeliner. And mascaras, use a waterproof mascaras. Lots of good options available. I did mention in my tutorial that I did on this look on as to which good waterproof mascara I prefer using and I like using. Go ahead and check that out. And I think we've covered everything, right? Oh, and last and most important is a setting spray. Why you need a setting spray is whatever makeup that you've done, you want it to last you a little longer. Like you use a good primer, you need a good setting spray also. So spray that on your face once you have your makeup down and you're good to go. And I think we've covered everything. If I'm missing out on anything, please do let me know in the comments down below. And that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.